Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to King Arena. Back-to-back basketball action, with tonight being the second of the back-to-back. Here in the championship game of the Pfund tournament, the Thunder are about to take on their opponent, the John Carroll University Blue Streaks from University of Ohio, visiting. They're going to be playing in this championship game hosted by the Thunder. We're in for a good night of basketball here, folks. We're going to put it down to the floor in just a moment here for the national anthem and the starting lineups. But tonight, this game will be brought to you by myself, Josh Beisel, and Dalton Van Esselson. We're excited to see what the Thunder have in store for us.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the championship game of the Pfund Classic. Tonight we have your Wheaton College Thunder going up against the John Carroll University Blue Streaks. And now would everyone please rise for the playing of the national anthem. And now the starting lineups. First for the visitors from John Carroll. At point guard, a 5'10 sophomore out of Mentor, number 0, Luke Chacon. At guard, a 6'3 junior out of Avon, number 2, Connor O'Toole. At guard, we have a 6'6 sophomore out of Mentor, number 5, Luke Frazier. At forward, a 6'7 sophomore out of Cleveland, 20, Henry Rayner. And at forward, a 6'7 sophomore out of Independence, that's 32, Will Yontek. John Carroll is coached by Pete Moran, who's assisted by Damon Jones, Pat Moran, Frank O'Brien, Spencer Rule, and Matt Moran. And now, Wheaton College fans, on your feet, the starting lineup for your Wheaton College Thunder. At guard, a 6'3 senior out of Bowie, number 3, Eddie Scott. At guard, a 5'11 grad student out of Highlands, number 13, Tyson Cruikshank. At guard, a 6'5 senior out of Portage, number 22, Eli Considine. At forward, a 6'7 grad student out of San Diego, number 23, T.J. Askew. And at guard, a 6'4 junior out of Columbus, number 24, Nick Chavello. Wheaton College is coached by Mike Schauer, who's assisted by J.P. John Panner and Mr. Zach Crom.
All right, folks, thank you for staying with us through the national anthem and the starting lines. We're about to get started here with tip-off. Busy day for Wheaton Athletics. Earlier today, the Wheaton Thunder football team lost a heartbreaker here at home against the visiting Bethel University Royals out of Arden Hills, Minnesota. They lost 32-34 this afternoon. Both swim teams were in action here at Lederhouse Auditorium, and they both came away with a win against the Carthage swim team. So good to see the Thunder get back to winning ways in the pool today, and the basketball team will hope to close out this busy day for Wheaton Athletics with a win here tonight in this championship game against the Blue Streaks. Constein back in the starting lineup after Braun stepped in for him last night, and Wheaton wins the tip. Eddie Scott will start off the first possession. Considine now with it to TJ Askew. Nice little pass there to Scott. Now back to Cruikshank. Cruikshank sizing up his defender. Now back to Scott. Scott pulls back. Almost hits on that shot attempt.
Eddie Scott trying to get started early again. He started out the game yesterday against Hanover with 4 points of his own, trying to get started there right now. And so pretty good defense there, but John Carroll's able to get the shot to go on the layup. And a press right out the gate.
That was a great finish by the Blue Streaks' Luke Frazier. Tyson's pass is tipped by Chacon, and the Blue Streaks get another chance here on the offensive end. Thunder regrouping. Chevello contesting the Chacon three, and despite Chevello's size over the smaller Luke Chacon, he hits. So 5 early points here for the Blue Streaks. Wheaton looking like they might be starting a little bit slow. They had the same thing happen to them yesterday, but came away with the victory as TJ Askew counted and the foul. He's going to go to the line for an early and one.
That's just a great take by Askew. He's so athletic that I think that's just something that we don't, notice too much of. He's great in the post, great defender, but he's really a good ball handler. He's able to beat his defender off the spot and finishes with the right hand and gets the and one to go.
Askew's also a great shooter at the line, and thankfully the broadcasting curse did not pass on to him. He made that, so that's 3 points here for the Thunder to trim that early Blue Streak lead down to 2. Chacon off his dribble doesn't make good on that one. Good closeout and contest again from Chevello.
I like this matchup we have here with Chevello on Chacon. I mean, Chacon had that 3 earlier, but I like that matchup. He's a bigger, stronger defender, and he's really athletic too, so he can close out quickly.
Lots of contact underneath the rim. Long inbound to Connor O'Toole, the senior guard out of Avon, Ohio. O'Toole thought about it for a moment, defended by the smaller Tyson Cruikshank. Kicking it again back out far beyond the perimeter. This is Luke Frazier now driving, moving, floater, no good, but rebounded by Frazier, getting his own miss. That one doesn't even hit the rim. Rebound Chacon. Chacon trying to dance. Tyson teasing him just a bit there, saying, try me. Out to the corner. Luke Frazier looked like he wanted a slam there for just a second, but nothing there for him. He met the wall of Considine. TJ Askew, nice bounce pass out to the corner. Chevello, 3, almost in and out.
That was a great find by Considine, the cutting Scott, and then a good extra pass to Chevello. Unable to get to go, but like the ball movement early.
Chacon, no looker to his big man, Will Jantek, the sophomore, getting on the board for the Blue Streaks. And the Blue Streaks pressing early here. That could pay off, but it also could hurt them in the long run. Eddie Scott for 3. Deep 3 almost off the back heel, just a little too strong, and Constein fights for the rebound, not able to get it. Raynor instead pulls it down for John Carroll. Chacon, guarded by Chevello. Back to Chacon from O'Toole. That pass batted, ends up in the hands of John Carroll off a lucky bounce, and O'Toole looking for Henry Raynor and just misses him with the pass.
That was a good closeout by Scott there to kind of make him a little more frazzled with the pass and make a quick decision, and then a sloppy pass, bounce pass into the post there, mishandled, and Wheaton will get the ball with the press again. John Carroll's trying to discombobulate Wheaton off the bat, pushing the pace on makes and on misses, but on every dead ball pressing and trying to get some turnover or an easy basket, blown coverage there almost.
Yeah,
running with the easy finish.
Running a press against an offense that's headed by a guy like Tyson Cruikshank can really come back to bite you, as we saw there. Nice find from Tyson to the open Nick Chevello. Micah Schneiders is in the game now for the Thunder after Scott subbed out. Schneiders, the transfer, great shooter. Against pressure, that's Frazier going up. He's taken a few shot attempts early in this one, and his teammate Raynor gets the rebound and the putback.
They're getting killed right now on the offensive boards, and I mean, it's hard to account for an air ball there, but Connor Braun's getting ready to check into the game, probably for some extra size in the post, especially on defense as they're getting beat along the baseline. Great find there by Askew. Considine with a great finish up and under on the other side of the hoop on his strong, dominant right hand. Those are the baskets Wheaton needs early on in this game.
Yeah, we saw swarming defense from the Hanover Panthers yesterday that the Thunder struggled against. So far, the Thunder have had very little trouble getting the ball into the post from the perimeter, as that ball is going to go out of bounds. That was Williantek trying to move against the defense and instead steps out of bounds. So now the Thunder will get the ball back, and Connor Braun now in the game. Eli Constein will get an early break here. Chevello inbounds it to Braun. Back to Micah Schneiders. Thunder going to have to work against the press once again. Tyson with the ball in his hands now. Chevello setting a high screen. Back to Chevello. To Tyson now. Working off the screen from Askew. To TJ Askew now. And they're going to call that one a blocking foul against Chacon.
See it on the replay right here if we can. Askew's coming around and gets bumped by Chacon. Easy call for the ref to make right there.
Thunder now within 2, so 7-9. John Carroll up. They make some substitutions as well. Keeping some size in the lineup. Luke Eller in for them. TJ Askew shot blocked. He gets the offensive board and the putback. Despite the block from Sean Collins, TJ Askew finishes at the rim.
Just like that, John Carroll's already back on the offensive side of the court. It took them probably 2 seconds to get it back to the three-point line.
John Carroll's got an entirely new 5-man lineup out here. Nice find there. Good rotation here. This is Jerry Higgins the third for the pull-up, and no good on the mid-range. Good fight for the rebound down low. TJ Askew. Who else?
Shower was pumped about that rebound. He was tired of seeing them get second chances. And a great take by Crookshank. I'd love to see him start getting going as he just blows by a defender.
And speaking of pumped, Coach Mike Shower was happy with that take from Tyson. Good defense here by the Thunder. They're swarming, and they're going to call that one. One's going to go against Micah Schneiders.
And kind of just riding him with that left arm. A little ticky-tack, but foul nonetheless.
John Carroll playing at a really high pace already. I think that's why we've seen such a big round of substitutions, especially when you're pressing on the defensive side and moving quickly on the offensive side. Your players get gassed a lot faster. Thunder also making a substitution. Andrew Williams, standout from last night's victory over the Panthers, is in.
It's a good box out right there by Andrew Williams.
Yeah, forced shot there from Chase Toppin. No good. Andrew Williams, he gets it to TJ Askew. Outside the perimeter, Askew looking. He's going to get on a handoff to Tyson, who pulls from 3, and it's good! Tyson Crookshank getting hot from deep.
I don't think we've seen him hit much rim on any three-point shot this season at home. He looks dialed.
When Tyson is locked in from the three-point line, it's really hard to stop him. And wow, what a finish by big man Luca Eller, the junior forward.
I don't know if I agree a lot with that call.
Eller
hard to see right there, but yeah.
So whether or not we agree with the call, he's going to go to the line for a chance for 3 against some good defense from Braun. Eller drew the foul. Thunder now in front by 3. And with Eller's make, that's going to be up by 2 now.
The pace at which John Carroll's playing, you would think they were down by like 20 at this point, but only down by 2 after that and 1 was good to go from the free throw line. Thunder break that press easily.
Considine tries to spin out of what would have been a bad take, and Jerry Higgins the third is flying in, and they're going to call that one against Tyson, and you can hear, we'll see, because I'm seeing displeasure from both benches here.
John Carroll's looking for a foul, but Tyson thinks it should go the other way and that it was out of bounds off of John Carroll. And the Wheaton bench thinks the same. Tough call for any ref to make from behind the play.
Nice deep three-pointer from Eric Hanna, who's in the game for the first time. Thunder trying to break the press here, but getting a little overexcited. Sean Collins tipping that one out of bounds, and
Looks
the
like
Thunder,
a clock issue maybe?
I think so. The Thunder have been a little on and off here against this press. Have had moments where they've looked like they're not sweating it at all, but others where they've struggled a little bit more.
Yeah, I think John Carroll's, their goal right now is to disrupt the pace of the game that Wheaton wants to have, and Wheaton does like a faster paced style, but they like to control it too, and John Carroll, with how fast they're playing on offense and defense with that press, it can disrupt any offense.
Tyson trying to dribble out of this defense, and Eli Constein almost picks up the ball. He's scrambled around with some Blue Streak players, and that one's gonna stay with the Thunder, I think.
I am not really sure what the call was there, but the refs are talking, and looks like Wheaton will have the ball with 1 second left in the shot clock, so just enough time to get a shot up.
Unfortunately, Dalton and I are not able to see the replay on our screen, which is having some technical difficulties, so we're having to call it as we see it on the floor. Eli Constein, last second at the buzzer, doesn't matter. Makes good from mid-range.
He bails out a sloppy offensive possession for Wheaton, but he gets it to go. Good closeout by Crookshank right there. Another good closeout. Oh, and gets called for the foul, and he is not happy with that.
Yeah, Tyson visibly upset, and Crookshank is a player who plays with aggression and energy, but is usually not one to show his emotion, and has quickly gathered himself here, having a quick conversation with the referee, asking for a little bit of an explanation. So Eric Hanna will go to the line. He hit a three-pointer earlier, and as many would say, ball don't lie, and he misses the first, so maybe Tyson's frustration was warranted after all.
More fans are rolling into the student section now. We have members of the swim team after they beat Carthage in their dual meet today. Goes 0 for 2 from the free throw line, so I think a lot of fans are saying ball don't lie. Tyson, I think, has a sigh of relief right there on that foul.
Micah Schneider sizing up the defense to Connor Braun. Chiavello in at the scorer's table, so he'll sub in very soon here. Tyson sizing up Jerry Higgins III. Tyson looking, trying to escape. He's trapped. The ball taken away. Jerry Higgins III up the court for the Blue Streaks, and not able to finish, and that rebound ripped away from the hands of Andrew Williams by Sean Collins, who puts it right back in. Micah Schneider's now handling the point, working against Higgins III. Schneider's put down hard, and that's going to be an easy call for the referees. Higgins just a little too physical there.
We saw Higgins on that trap earlier with Crookshank in the corner before he went up against the taller Content on that layup, but John Carroll's really everywhere right now, and even though Wheaton's down by 1, they feel a little as though the momentum's more in John Carroll's favor based on the physicality and the energy being provided from John Carroll. So we'll hope to see Crookshank kind of take this game over and be the leader on the court as a mass substitution's about to come in for John Carroll.
Yeah, John Carroll's about to put in their starting lineup again. Like you said, Dalton, Chiavello working. TJ Askew now driving in, and he had a lot of contact. Looks like he actually took a blow to the face and no call. Coach Mike Schauer frustrated. Eli Constein with the closeout against Chase Toppin, who despite Constein trying to make up for that on the defensive end, still hits. So John Carroll putting up quite the fight early in this one. Chiavello is going to get called for an offensive foul, and Mike Schauer calling a timeout to regroup.
I know Chiavello's bigger, but he looks like Higgins sold that pretty well.
Yeah.
And he gets the call, and Mike Schauer's going to want to talk it over as he looks visibly upset with the refs right now. But
yeah, Schauer has got to be frustrated, as most of the Thunder fans are here in the stadium tonight. And like you said, Dalton, the stands continue to fill, and that's hopefully a sign of things to come, as the crowd in here really helps. For the Thunder trying to regroup. Mike Schauer still having an impassioned conversation with the referee, trying to understand some of the decisions that have been made, some of the calls that have gone down here. Out of this timeout, we're going to see the John Carroll University's Blue Streaks starting lineup enter back in the game to relieve their reserve players, and I'm thinking that means we're going to continue to see this press that has given Wheaton a little bit of trouble.
It looks as though they're going to do like 5-minute shifts, basically, where 5 minutes, 5 is out, another 5, the next 5 players are out there to really just have the energy and keep fresh legs on the court to play this high tempo, high pace that they are showing right now. I think hopefully Wheaton drew up something to combat the trap that goes on the offensive side. As soon as a ball screen is set, the ball handler, whether it's Cruikshank or Schneider's, they're just getting trapped immediately. And on the press, hopefully they can drop something to break that easily. We'll have a deep bomb too for an easy layup.
Chacon handling the ball once again. Now O'Toole. Back to Chacon in the corner, defended by Chiavello. Back to O'Toole. The guards running a little bit of back and forth here. Chiavello defending Chacon, and that's going to be a travel on Luke Chacon. So a call goes in the Thunder's direction. You know, Dalton, I think it's worth noting that in last night's game against Hanover, the Thunder struggled a bit in the first half to kind of account for the way that the Panthers ran their offense, but after halftime, the team came out very adjusted and were able to put the game away very comfortably within the first 5 to 10 minutes, and that's something that I know Coach Mike Schauer does with his Thunder teams. Is just they're so coachable and so able to change their strategy. As he's getting distracted as I was trying to talk there by Eli Constein, just absolutely bullying his way down in the paint, putting up his own miss.
Every inch of that ball right there. He fought posting up and then fought on the first take, got his own rebound, put it up on the other side, and has a chance for a three-point play.
John Carroll is not giving Wheaton any easy baskets in this one. There's still a lot of game left to be played, and like I was saying, Coach Mike Schauer always has teams that are flexible and adaptable, and I have no doubt we're going to see that tonight from the Thunder. Eddie Scott back in the game also for the Thunder. O'Toole unloads from three. That one almost banks in, and they're going to get a foul against the Blue Streaks. Loose ball foul, it looks like, as there was a fight for the rebound.
A lot of these are fouls, but 10 fouls in the first 10 minutes of this half is a lot. So we'll see. We'll probably see the teams be in the bonus shortly.
Micah Schneider is going to work against the press here. His teammates staying close by to bail him out if needed. Schneider's using a little screen there from Chiavello. Back to Chiavello now. Eli Constein rotating now to TJ Askew. Handoff to Micah Schneider's thought about shooting it. Goes inside instead and rips through some contact. Looks like he could have been a call of a foul there. Not sure.
I think he just lost the ball, and the Blue Streaks are thinking that it went off of his foot. But Wheaton will keep possession with 7 seconds left on the shot clock, looking for something quick, whether that's a jumper from Schneider's with the screen set here, or just pass it out and kind of reset something quick.
Deep inbound from Eddie Scott to Chiavello, and O'Toole fouls Chiavello as he tries to collect that.
And the next foul from John Carroll will put Wheaton at the line. So that could play a big role in who ends up leading that half here early with 10 minutes left to go. Both teams in jeopardy of going over bonus, and the trap at half court.
Eddie Scott being hounded, and that pass is tipped away. Goes up for the dunk and misses, but fouled on the way up by Considine.
Looks like he got him on the body there. Luckily, Constantine was not put on a poster and just instead committed the foul. I think that's better. Send him to a line where they can test him early, where John Carroll struggled from the line, missing 2 the last trip here.
Raynor thought he was going to have an easy highlight reel slam there, but Constantine with a nice contest. The foul obviously not ideal, but like you said, a little bit better than being put on a poster. Thunder fans in the background making it hard on Henry Raynor, but he makes both. Members of the swim team after their great meet this afternoon here supporting their friends and fellow students on the basketball team. You can see senior Abe Plimpton and new swimmer, sophomore Ethan Roth, trying to amp up the crowd as Schneiders is working against this tough defense still. TJ Askew moving into the paint. Almost a nice finish, but rebounded by Chiavello, and his heel's going to go out of the back along the baseline.
That's a good crash on the boards right there by Chiavello. Just gets his toes to be out of bounds, and a great take by Askew as well. He's really crafty around the rim for a big man off the dribble as well.
He's just got great awareness of where the basket is at all times. Thunder making some substitutions, injecting some size into the lineup with Connor Braun and some shooting into it with Tyson Cruikshank as Henry Raynor. Another 2 points for him after the 2 made free throws just a few ago. John Carroll still pressing here, and it's giving Wheaton some fits. They're down 5 now after having a lead a little bit ago. So this game a little back and forth. Chiavello thought about shooting it there for just a second. Some rotation along the perimeter. Micah Schneider's trapped immediately as he gets the ball in his hands. Tyson driving into contact. There's going to be nothing called there, but that ball is out of bounds, so it's going to stay with the Thunder. Tyson just drove into that crowd of bodies and tried to get it to Chiavello in the corner, but pass was interrupted by the Blue Streaks.
They need to be aware of the shot clock right now. They have no time.
Tyson pulls for deep 3, almost. A little off to the right there, and it comes outside after hitting the inside rim. Chacon working against Chiavello. Now into the hands of Raynor. He's had the hot hand, and he continues to have it. 6 points straight for Raynor. Blue Streaks now up 7 on the Thunder. Continuing to rotate the ball. Connor Braun. Nice finish from Braun. The big man using the touch around the rim to get the 2 to fall.
And if John Carroll's going to keep being aggressive on the defensive side, they need to be attacking the basket, either get easy layups or draw fouls and head to the line.
John Carroll not as keen to press after a miss. Don't have enough time to set up. Micah Schneider's almost does not make the layup after getting a nice move on his defender in space. And TJ Askew is
that's a charge.
Down hard and draws the charge. Take a look at the replay here. Sees Luke Frazier coming and settles himself and gets ready to take it.
He anticipates where he's going to go, fills that lane, and then gets hit up top and draws the charge. Great way to put your body on the line.
The Thunder playing with a increased level of grittiness right now. It's great to see. Andrew Williams, speaking of gritty, is now in the game.
He was the difference maker yesterday against Hanover in the first half, and Coach Shower's hoping to see him be the difference maker and bring them back into this game here in this first half.
Braun outside the three-point line looking for a teammate. Handoff to Chiavello. More rotation here. The Blue Streaks put in their second unit again here. That 5-minute rotation mark, very similar, very right on when Dalton talked about that earlier. Andrew Williams, shot clock expiring, puts up a shot, not even close to the rim. And Jerry Higgins down on the ground. Nick Chiavello tripped up on him.
He baited him into that foul, and now Higgins is going to go to the line for a 1-and-1.
I actually think I saw Higgins kind of look out of the corner of his eye and saw Chiavello from behind and extended his leg just enough there. So in the bonus now, both teams are. So Jerry Higgins, the third, will go to the line. Coach Shower frustrated so far with the game the Thunder have had.
We saw this yesterday too. Hanover kind of disrupting the way Wheaton was going to play. As Higgins misses the first one short, so misses the front end of that and 1-and-1. And Tyson's going to bring the ball up now.
The Thunder offense with a chance to regroup a little bit here to Williams. The Blue Streaks running a really tight defense here, giving their guys no chance to breathe. It's Askew, beautiful finish. We saw Braun with the finesse at the rim earlier, and we saw TJ Askew get to show off a little bit of his own finesse there on that beautiful finish down low.
You saw him take that one dribble, jail lock the ball. You know, ball security is job security, right? So he's going to keep his starting lineup spot right there with that take, and he just brought it home.
Jerry Higgins III, his shot is off and rebounded by Tyson, who finds up high. Andrew Williams almost tipped in on the rebound by TJ Askew, but no such luck for the Thunder. Rebound by the Blue Streaks, who get up the floor quickly. Connor Braun working against the big man of the Blue Streaks, and now outside the three-point line again. The Blue Streaks resetting for just a moment here. Try to find their open man, but no such luck. Ball movement all around, and TJ Askew almost getting the layup to fall against the contact, but they're going to call it an offensive foul on Askew. See Andrew Williams force the turnover there. Lots of good movement here, the 3-on-2, but Askew getting called for The offensive foul, so nothing there for the Thunder. Frustrating game so far for them on the offensive end. Just a lot of calls not going their way.
They've gotten a few defensive stops, so if they can keep getting stops, those will turn into baskets soon enough as they're down 3 with just under 6 minutes left to go in this first half. Andrew Williams playing some great defense, and Cruikshank eyeing up his defender. And
that's going to be a travel. Yep. So another, Wheaton catches another break there. Going to get the ball right back in their hands. The crowd letting the Blue Streaks know. Chanting, you can't do that. Indeed, you cannot travel in the game of basketball. Tyson Cruikshank sizing up Jerry Higgins III. Now to Connor Braun. Eli Constein moving along the outside of the perimeter. Now to Andrew Williams. Back to Connor Braun on the outside. Braun skip pass to Schneider's inbound pass now to Andrew Williams working against Jerry Higgins III, and Andrew Williams with a nice finish off the glass, using his body to get a good position there, and a nice finish from Andrew Williams.
Williams felt the smaller Higgins on him and knew I have the advantage here in the post. Great awareness of where he was on the floor too, to turn around and get the shot up, and easy bucket for him.
Eric Hanna moving and working, and nothing there for the Blue Streaks. Another sloppy possession for them. Andrew Williams has been an absolutely crucial factor in the minutes he's played so far in this one. I remember during our freshman year, Dalton, Andrew Williams was one of the only freshmen on this Thunder team who was getting significant playing time. And I remember in a post-game interview, Coach Mike Schauer referring to him as a spark plug for this Thunder team. And in his time for the Thunder, he has been everything that a spark plug could be described as. He's been great for them so far tonight. Hope to see him score a little bit more too as this game goes on. Connor Braun at the line now. Does not get that one to fall, so
that should be Wheaton's ball.
1-1, and Wheaton going to retain possession here.
A little late reaction by everybody on the line, not realizing that it was a 1-and-1. Constantine able to throw the ball off the John Carroll player, and Wheaton's going to keep possession with 20 seconds on the shot clock now.
Yeah, so a little luck goes in Wheaton's favor there. They have a chance to retake the lead with a score on this possession. They're down just 1 now to the Blue Streaks, who have been a little bit cold in the past few minutes. Micah Schneider's working against a tough defense. Back to Cruikshank, who pulls from 3 off the handoff. That one just short, but that's a good shot. If you're Coach Schauer, you're happy to see Tyson taking that shot, especially off of some space created by his teammates. Luke Chacon now to Luke Frazier, who's sizing up. Good ball movement here from the Blue Streaks. Henry Raynor called for the ball now, working against Constantine in the post. Help defense from Constantine, and Raynor with a pretty move down low, losing Constantine and getting an easy 2 to fall. Pressing once again, the Blue Streaks trying to create a disruption. Micah Schneider's now to Tyson Cruikshank. Back to Schneider's, who thought about shooting it there. Andrew Williams now to the corner for Braun. Tyson rotating. Tyson working against the taller Frazier. Nice find from Tyson to Andrew Williams, who tries to contort his body. Would have been a great finish, but just a little off there. Chacon pushing the pace up the floor and loses Schneider with a nice pullback there. Now to Luke Frazier's using a screen from his teammate.
That's great defense by Williams there.
I think Frazier actually had the ball come off his foot there, but able to keep it alive. Chacon now with the ball. Shot clock under 10. Schneider's good defense. Now to Raynor. Raynor's shot no good, but the rebound pushed out, by Chacon, and Raynor was able to get it. And despite the offensive rebounding, Thunder able to come away with a stop there, and Tyson Cruikshank almost makes that layup. That's another missed layup for the Thunder. Schneider's had a missed one earlier, and
that will go Wheaton's way.
Picks the pocket of Connor O'Toole, who's frustrated. Great move there from Constantine, just getting his hands in there. Keeping your hands active is a way to keep yourself on the floor.
Yeah, Wheaton's transition defense has been exceptional, especially after a make. Even when John Carroll pushes the ball up the floor, getting set and understanding who you have and who to mark as your guy as they push the ball up, and Eddie Scott a little careless with the dribble there.
Eddie Scott almost forcing a miss there. So that press paying off in that one for John Carroll. Tyson going to take the ball up again, working against a trap, gets it to Eddie Scott. Micah Schneider's from 3, that one off the front, but rebound Eddie Scott, who puts it up and in. Scott, no reaction necessary.
That's
Eddie
a strong
Scott,
finish right there.
That was impressive. Against contact, falling back, gets it going off the glass. Scott has been just great in his minutes for the Thunder the past 2 games. And that nice jumper from Luke Frazier hits nothing but the net. Very smooth from him. Micah Schneider's handling the point once again. He's handled a lot more ball handling duties tonight for the Thunder and played just a lot more than he did last night. Constein was looking for a little English off the backboard, but his shot was not close enough to actually hit the backboard. So
and he grabs it before establishing himself back on the court. So it'll be John Carroll's ball with 1:53 left to go. This first half flew by, I would say, even with 16 fouls total, both sides. Ooh, active hands there by Schneider's to fill that passing lane.
Schneider's unselfish basketball to Tyson Cruikshank.
That's
great play by Micah Schneider's.
A great transition offense. Drew the defender on him and is able to dump it off to Tyson, who finishes. Gets Wheaton back within 3.
Thunder defense holding strong here. Luke Frazier open, but closed out by Eddie Scott before a shot can go up, and Frazier loses the dribble. Picked up by Schneider's again. Now to Tyson, up the floor. Tyson driving and fouled as he tries to go up for the layup, and Tyson's gonna have a chance here.
And that's just a great awareness by him. He sees his defender backpedaling and then coming out to close out. Saw him on his heels, drove on him before the defense was back in the paint. Earns himself a trip to the line where he is shooting only 58% so far this year, but he's had 19 free throw attempts. So he gets to the line a lot in these first 3 games.
Tyson makes the first. He's a great free throw shooter. That's going to be one thing that John Carroll's going to have to be careful of, is there's a lot of guys on this Thunder lineup who, if you get them to the line, they're going to have no trouble putting those in. Tyson is definitely one of those guys. He makes both.
I doubt that average will stay around there. He's a good free throw shooter, so it should be up in the 80s by the end of the year.
John Carroll with a mix now of some of their starters and some of their reserves in. It's the first time we've seen a little bit more mixing up between the lineups as Chacon working off of a screen from Raynor. Chacon backs, tries to make the step back turnaround jumper, but no good. Schneider's now taking the point. Schneider's gets it to Connor Braun. Handoff to Tyson, who's got a 3-point attempt, and that's no good, just short. Tyson's hit just once this game. Every other one's been close, but just not there. Good defense here from the Thunder, not giving John Carroll any easy shots as Chase Toppin calls for a screen from Raynor, and Toppin on the ground. Ball still alive. Jerry Higgins the third now with it. Finds it to Luke Chacon, under 10 on the clock. Luke Chacon falling back with the 3, and they're gonna,
flop warning on Chacon there. Does land around Schneider's foot.
There's no, you can see on the replay, there's no contact with Schneider's. That's just a play where Chacon is trying to make it a little bit more dramatic than it really was. So the head coach Pete Moran of the Blue Streaks a little frustrated with that one. And Tyson's going to go to the line. It looks like we got a technical, actually.
Yeah, I think instead of the warning, they just, with the flop, you just go straight to the line, take one, and you'll get the ball. Obviously, it's off a made basket. They already had the ball. But Wheaton down 3 with 19 seconds left to go.
They're going to still let Chacon's 3-pointer count. So if you're John Carroll, you can at least be happy that the points weren't wiped off the board. But certainly not what you want as a fan of the Blue Streaks to see an early technical call on something like that. O'Toole's going to sub in now for Chase Toppin. So the Blue Streaks with a little bit smaller lineup. They've got Jerry Higgins III and Chacon, who are both around that 5'10", 6'1", 6 foot mark, Cruikshank's going to have a chance to set something up here. The offense has just about 10 seconds to operate. Sizing up Jerry Higgins III. Tyson letting something develop. Connor Braun going against the big man. Back to Tyson. Going to have to put up a shot. Tyson, against good defense from Jerry the Higgins III, is not able to hit. So the Thunder are going to go into halftime down 3. Coach Mike Schauer already on the floor, coaching up his players. You can see him visibly gesturing to just bring the energy down a little bit, to not let the Blue Streaks frazzle them at all. Really exciting first half, back and forth basketball. The John Carroll University Blue Streaks up 3 now on the Thunder. Dalton, any other thoughts before we go into halftime?
I think we saw what John Carroll had to offer, and I think that's something good for the Wheaton coaching staff. They're really talented at what they do, and it's hard to give them, halftime and then another 20 minutes to figure out what to do and how to answer John Carroll and how they're going to disrupt the game. But I think Wheaton is in a better position than what I thought they might be in with the John Carroll press and the active hands and all the pressure that they applied on the defensive and offensive end. I think Wheaton is in a good spot right now, only being down 3, and I think this halftime will favor them, and the second half should go their way.
Well, that's what we're going to hope to see after this halftime break. Folks, thank you for joining us for the first half of the championship game of the 26th Annual Leaf Fund Tournament. We're going to be back in just a few minutes for the second half of tonight's basketball action between the Blue Streaks and the home Wheaton Thunder.
Humble leaders, adventurous thinkers, faithful believers. For Christ and his kingdom, Wheaton stands at the forefront of Christian liberal arts education. Here, we facilitate an unparalleled journey for our students, bringing together deep faith and intelligence to pursue their most ambitious callings. At Wheaton, reaching God-given potential is never accomplished alone. From coaches on the field to professors in the classroom, we come together to make space for students to wrestle with timeless questions and pursue biblically informed, thoughtful wisdom as they pursue academic, artistic, and athletic excellence. We are one of the nation's colleges that change lives, because that is exactly what we do. We live, work, serve, and worship together as an educational community centered on Jesus and reflecting the beautiful diversity of his kingdom. It's collaborative, immersive, Christ-centered. Our enduring model, with twin traditions of quality academics and deep faith, along with a faculty of Christian thought leaders and a staff of dedicated believers, allows us to champion the true essence of the Christian liberal arts educational experience. Continuing the legacy lived out by iconic thinkers and evangelical luminaries around the globe, Wheaton integrates and connects disciplines through Christian thought, diverse peers, and contemporary global context. Here, adventurous thinkers and faithful believers come together to create a mosaic of diverse backgrounds, beliefs, and hopes. It's a place of curiosity and conviction. a place to live out your values and pursue your ambitions. Except here, it's not only about what you can achieve. It's about who you can become. Living out our calling with heart and skill through Christ-centered leadership. At Wheaton, you don't have to settle. We call ourselves Thunder because, like thunder, the Wheaton Network is a force moving through Him and for Him to build the church and benefit society worldwide. Like rolling thunder, God's mighty voice calls us to be humble leaders, adventurous thinkers, and faithful believers for Christ and His kingdom.
Neuroscience is the study of probably the most unique organ on the planet, the human brain. What does it mean to be a human person? And then what does it mean to live the good life as a result of understanding that? Where a vast majority of the work is right now is helping cure neurodegenerative disease. Parkinson's disease, Alzheimer's disease, and our National Institute of Health has been pouring money into trying to understand these diseases. There is a lot of hope for discovery that can really impact somebody's life. It's very easy for an undergraduate student to get involved in research. One of my more recent grads is working with one of the top spinal surgeons in the country, and because of his experience doing research here, he was able to just work his way right into that lab. A majority of my students go on to med school, but I had a physics student who is working for Tesla. We've had philosophy students, and we've had folks from the Bible and theology department come in and really press us hard to be precise about how we're talking about what it means to be a human person. A student in our conservatory here took one of my classes and did a project on the neuroscience of music therapy, and this whole world was opened up. She had a passion for both music and science, and she was able to combine them in a way that she just hadn't seen possible before being here. Any student that is just curious about themselves and the way that they work is going to be really well positioned to study the brain. Faith and science can coexist really well. The unique thing about coming to Wheaton to study neuroscience is the integrative nature of it. You are going to learn about how your brain works and how the cells work and how the neural circuits work, but we won't stop there. We will also teach you about your spirit and your soul and how that might interact with your brain to make you who you are. And so I hope that we're putting students out into the world that can answer the big neuroscientific questions, but then can also challenge their colleagues and their audiences to think deeper and to think more carefully about what it means to be a human person.
When you're looking at colleges, you may look at the sticker price and say to yourself, I'm not applying to that school because I can't afford it. And I would caution you to not close any doors because there is this price tag that is just out of reach. Cost is an important factor, but there's so many other factors to consider. At Wheaton College, we offer academic scholarships as well as Wheaton Grant, which is need-based aid from the college. So a student may receive scholarships in the range of $10,000 to full tuition. They may also receive significant Wheaton Grant based on need, and we determine that, like most institutions do, based on the information that is found on the free application for federal student aid. Colleges aren't commodities. They're not all the same. And there'll be value questions that you have to ask along the way. There's value in knowing that Wheaton alumni have done very well across the board. That we have students from 50 states and over 160-year history. There's value in that. But I also think there's value in the fact that you will be with a group of peers who are excellent in their academic endeavors, but also who love Jesus Christ. You are not just a student who is performing well in the classroom, but that you are a person that has great potential to serve God's kingdom. You're going to be challenged to grow in your faith because you want to be tested and you want to understand what your theological non-negotiables are. So think about the community you're going to be a part of and how they're going to engage you. We want to challenge you to think about why you believe what you believe by people who will encourage you and motivate you. This is an investment that has strong return, not just for you in terms of career, but for you as a follower of Jesus Christ who will be called to great things. Let us work closely with your family. Let us find out more. We work with great expectation and with hope. We do not want to give up on your calling to be at Wheaton College.
I've gone to and counseled at a number of camps, summer camps, Christian camps. I don't think I've ever done a program quite like this.
My favorite thing about Summer Institute, it's gotta be people.
I think I found so many people, so much like me, and I've never been able to find anyone who is like me anywhere else.
I didn't really expect there to be a lot of international students, but there actually have been quite a few, so I've enjoyed talking to them.
The faculty here are astonishing. They're almost all very well published, and I've seen these names of books in my house, and I get to talk to them.
During this program, I dissected a sheep brain, which I've never done before. And maybe it sounds a little gross to some people, but I want to major in psychology and now possibly neuroscience, so this gave me a very good foundation.
It's something about having that experience of like a summer camp, but not really, on a college campus, doing college level courses, that is really special.
And so to come here and have a place of academic integrity hailing both Christ and school is mind-blowing.
We can talk, we can have theological discussions in class, we can have spiritual discussions. It's beautiful being mentored, being discipled, I feel like, almost by these people who are teaching you literature.
I've really grown spiritually here.
Now that I'm like in a very Christian campus with like teachers that really care about the Lord and students that really care about the Lord, I've just come to understand that it's very important to have like a Christian community.
I know I felt such a sense of unity among everyone, and it felt so genuine and right from the heart.
Whatever I do, wherever I go, there's always God, there's always fun, there's always relationships, it's all integrated, and I think that's really what Wheaton's all about. I've gotten the full experience. I've lived it. I've slept here, I've eaten here. I wish I could stay longer, but 2 weeks almost aren't long enough for me to see everything.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to King Arena for this second half of tonight's championship game of the 26th annual Leaf Fund tournament between the visiting John Carroll University Blue Streaks and your home Wheaton Thunder. I'm Josh Beisel alongside Dalton Van Esselston bringing you tonight's game. It's been an exciting one so far. That's likely going to stay that way. Thunder up 3 as John Carroll's going to start it off. Chacon, he's been active this game as Raynor pulls up, slow release there and hits the shot clock. That's going to be out of bounds.
It's hard to pass open a wide open 3, but that might not be the shot John Carroll kind of wanted in the opening seconds of the second half.
John Carroll ran a press for the majority of the first half, and it looks like that's not going to change now as pass batted away from Chiavello, and that one's going to be out on Raynor, who is visibly confused with that call, but from where Dalton and I sit, it looked very clearly like it went off of him as Tyson's going to take the inbound here. Now to Eddie Scott. Thunder running with their starting lineup that they started the game with here. TJ Askew in. He didn't see the floor a lot at the end of the first half, excuse me. And speaking of TJ Askew, give him an and one there. Goes up, draws the foul, and drops the layup in.
Wheaton needs a big second half out of him and Tyson if they want to get themselves a comfortable lead and a win here to go 7 in a row at the Leaf Fund tournament.
So the Thunder open up the scoring here in the second half with 3 points from TJ Askew to tie this game up at 35. The Blue Streaks with 1 foul already. That was the story of the first half as well. Lots of fouls between the two teams. Both teams were in the bonus pretty early in that first half. Good rotation here, trying to get into the paint against this Thunder defense as Raynor puts up an awkward-looking hook that finds the bottom of the net. Tyson working against the press. The Blue Streaks making the Thunder work for everything tonight. Constein now with the ball to Chiavello. To Crookshank, to TJ Askew, who drives in, kicks it out to Eddie Scott, who drives, kick out to Chiavello. Shot clock under 10, Askew for 3. That one a little long, but rebounded by Tyson. Back to Askew. Tyson keeping it alive. Skip past Eli Considine. Tries to get his defender to bite. Now to Eddie Scott. Shot clock once again under 10. The Thunder need to make something happen here. Chiavello to Askew, who pulls up for 3 again. That one off. This time to the right side. The Thunder can't corral that miss, though. Thunder have 2 chances there after a nice rebound by Tyson. John Carroll up 2, and Chacon kicking it out to Luke Frazier, and that one not close. Rebounded by Eli Considine, who's got space to take it up. Considine working now, looking for a teammate after he picked up his dribble. Gets it to Chiavello. Chiavello to Crookshank. Back down to Eli Considine, and like Dalton said, go up. And Eli gets it to fall against some good defense from the Blue Streaks. He had 2 John Carroll University defenders on him, but able to get that one to drop in. So the Thunder staying in now, tying it back up at 37 now. This is O'Toole driving in that pass.
Kick ball called on Askew, I think. It hit him in the around the knee.
Askew saying it hit him in the thigh rather than the foot, but that ball's going to stay with the Blue Streaks. They got going to have 20 seconds here on the shot clock to work with. Deep inbound to Raynor. Now down low. Nice finish there. That's number 32, Will Yontek. And Eddie Scott tries to get it off the foot of Frazier, and he does. So good heads-up play there by Eddie Scott to keep the ball in the Thunder's hands.
Wheaton needs to start working towards the ball instead of waiting for the pass to get to them on this press. They're trying to force the ball to the middle, and if they can go towards the ball instead of getting those John Carroll players to reach their arms around.
Thunder are going to work against a press again here. John Carroll already ready for it. Tyson going to get the inbound. He's going to work against Frazier. Chacon also staying back in case they're going to go for the trap. And Chacon now switching on to Tyson. Now to Chiavello, to TJ Askew. Kick out to the corner, open. Eli Considine for 3. That one just short. Rebound Askew. Down to Chiavello. Almost. Battle for the rebound is taken by Chevello, and they're going to give that one to the Thunder.
And Yontek is not agreeing with that foul call. We'll see right here on the replay. Does poke his hand in there around the arm. Wheaton will get a fresh 20 on the shot clock.
Wheaton fighting against this tough John Carroll team. Tyson from the corner for three. That one in and out. Tyson, after hitting an early three-pointer, has struggled to get his shot to fall. Yontek down low, blocked by Askew, and they're going to call TJ for a foul. TJ a little frustrated there. Braun getting ready to sub in now. He'll get in after this first free throw, as well as Micah Schneider's. Yeah, TJ did get his hand just a little bit there.
I think when Braun comes in, he'll draw the assignment of Yontek, who on these past couple possessions just hustles down the court, gets positioning really easily, and then finished on the last possession, draws the foul here, makes the first of two.
So TJ Askew and Eddie Scott will sub out for Micah Schneiders and Connor Braun. Daniel Garza coaching up Askew a little bit there.
Looked like Askew didn't want to come out.
No, he did not. Yontek makes the second despite the yell from the Rowdies. Chevello gets it in to Cruikshank. This press has been a headache for the Thunder tonight. Chevello working now. Almost finds a cutting Connor Braun. That one goes out of bounds on the Blue Streaks, who are able to get their hands in there. Yontek, quick hands there, deflects that ball out of bounds. That's going to stay with the Thunder, but the Blue Streaks stop what looked like it could have been a fast break opportunity for the Thunder there. Schneiders into Cruikshank. Now to Chevello. Rotating the ball. Connor Braun now with it. Back to Considine now. To Chevello in the corner. Connor Braun rotating and loses the ball, and that's going to be the foul against John Carroll. So John Carroll racking up the fouls early in this one. That'll be the fourth against them.
It's hard to see from this angle right here what exactly. I think you'll see them get the hand in there.
I think Raynor got a little too tangled up with Braun. Tyson inbounds to Eli Considine, sizing up Yontek. Eli, nice dribble move. And Eli's shot is blocked out of bounds. It's going to stay with the Thunder. So again, the Thunder just having to work extra hard for every basket here. John Carroll not giving up anything easy underneath the rim.
Yesterday, Hanover was the much smaller team, and tonight, John Carroll is showing that they have a lot of size, and they're getting good positioning on offense and defense with the block there.
Hanover, too, did not play nearly as physical a game, as Tyson can't hit from three again, and after that rebound bounces around a bit, it's finally corralled by the Blue Streaks. Chacon using some fancy dribble moves, and Tyson's going to get called for a foul there, trying to pressure O'Toole into losing his balance.
Slow start to the first half in these first 4 minutes for Wheaton, only 5 points and 2 of 9 from the field. So looking to get some easier baskets and easier looks at it as well, but John Carroll's just making it so difficult for them to find anything on the offensive side.
Yeah, John Carroll's played just so tough this whole game, and that this second half is no difference as O'Toole kicks it to Frazier, who fumbled that pass, would have had a chance for a shot, and rises up against Schneiders and gets that nice floater to fall. That'll be another 2 points for the Blue Streaks, now up 6 on the Thunder. Eli Considine looking here. Schneiders works against the trap. Good ball movement by the Thunder. Chevello open underneath the basket. Easy lay-in for him. Cut the lead to 4 and a timeout.
That's just a great way to dissect the press there with passing. Quick pass from Schneiders across the court. Felt the trap coming. Passed it off to Tyson, then fed Chevello. An easy finish on the left side. And now Coach Shower's going to want to talk something over on the defensive side to get a stop and get right back into this game.
The Thunder faithful out here to support their team. Standing up, getting loud. Coach Mike Shower will hope to do what he can from his position to get the Thunder into a little bit better headspace here as they come out of this timeout and look to continue building on that nice little dissection of the press, like you said, Dalton. The Thunder are going to have to find a consistent way to work against this challenging defense from the Blue Streaks if they want to get a lead again because the Blue Streaks have shown no signs of stopping this press. They've been really insistent on using it all game and have used 2 different lineups to make sure that when the players are in, they can really be putting it all on the floor.
Yeah, I wonder when we're going to see the entirely new lineup of 5 come in for John Carroll around like the 5-minute mark is when we saw it last half in the first 5 minutes of the game. We're going to see it right here as they come out of the timeout. The second unit of 5 on the court for John Carroll, and they'll get ready to bring up the ball up 4 with a little under 15 and a half left in the second half, the final Pfund championship.
So the Blue Streaks have their second unit in, as we were just talking about it. The big man down low for the Blue Streaks tried to work against Braun, but Braun was not biting. Jerry Higgins the third now with it. Now to Eric Hanna, sizing up Crookshank. Now to Chase Toppin, who's working against Eli Considine. Chase Toppin, nice finish. Able to get a step on Considine, and the rest is easy.
Oh, look at Considine.
Considine wide open. There's actually been a few times on the press that there have been some open Thunder players up ahead, but I think there have been a few times where the Thunder have had passes picked off trying to push the ball up the court, and they've been a little more hesitant to really play aggressively against the press. As Tyson looking, and the Blue Streaks looking for a travel there against Tyson. Instead, they're going to get a turnover as the pass goes out of bounds. TJ Askew subbing in for Nick Chiavello.
And what's interesting about John Carroll is these 2 lineups have really different styles of play, right? The second 5 that comes in are smaller. They have 1 big man, but they both play pretty aggressively. But this side of the 5 definitely have the smaller side of it.
And Chase Toppin trying to do the work himself. Him against 4 white jerseys, not able to convert there. Tyson driving into the lane, and there's going to be a foul against John Carroll. So that's going to be Thunder ball, so Tyson will inbound. 23 seconds here on the shot clock. Eli Constine cutting to the outside. Finds Micah Schneider, who's going to work against Jerry Higgins the third. Screen from Connor Braun, turns into a trap. Connor Braun now, open lane, nice spin. Connor Braun can't get the layup to fall, and seems like we've seen that quite a few times tonight from the Thunder, getting to the cup but not able to just get the ball to fall. As Chase Toppin looking for a foul, doesn't get one against good defense from the Thunder. TJ Askew going in with contact and
call for the charge on that.
Gets the,
see what's on the replay.
He got the ball to fall, but they're going to call that a offensive foul.
And there goes Coach Shower's jacket. He has seen enough to take off the jacket, and he's asking for a no call there. There shouldn't even be a foul either way.
Yep, he's not asking for an and one. I think that's important to note. He's not asking for the call to be against John Carroll. He's just asking for it to be considered just physical basketball play. The Thunder defense will look to remain steadfast after that frustrating offensive sequence, and that ball goes off the back of Micah Schneider's head.
I think, like, did he go off his head?
It did. So it's going to stay with the Blue Streaks after that, because technically a Wheaton Thunder player was the last one to make contact with the ball. The Thunder hounding right now. Toppin gets called for a travel. Good defense from Chiavello, forcing Toppin into just a mishandling of the ball there. You could see, quite a few steps.
Yeah, maybe a couple too many right there. The press is back on.
Constine with the ball, gives it back to Schneiders. Schneider's working against Toppin. Tyson sizing up, working against Jerry Higgins III, gets a step on him. Tyson with contact, doesn't get it to fall, but Eli Constine does with the putback and one. That is exactly the play that the Thunder were looking for. Tyson not able to finish against heavy contact, but Constine there for the offensive rebound and putback.
And that's what we can do with this lineup in for John Carroll. They can take advantage of the offensive misses and get on the boards, as Constantine does right there. Says, come on, baby, and heads to the line to complete a three-point play. Showing a little energy that the Thunder need to get right back into this game.
Coach Schauer has just been pacing the Thunder sideline all game. This has definitely been a stressful one for the Thunder fans. Just been so back and forth. Toppin handling the ball. Handoff.
Yep, that is an illegal screen.
And good call from the referees. Ball goes right back to the Thunder.
And with no surprise there, after few baskets go Wheaton's way, John Carroll is going to bring in their starting 5. You see Cruikshank get bumped right there.
And I believe with that foul that we're actually going to see the Thunder in the bonus. So this is a good position for them to be in with 12, just under 13 minutes left in this one. They're in the bonus already. Tyson working against Chacon. Tyson out to Connor Braun. Now to Chiavello, working against a screen from Braun. Chiavello, nice find to Considine with an underhand finish. Beautiful teamwork from the Thunder.
That is great awareness by Considine to see the cut by Chiavello with the ball. Backdoor cut along the baseline, fed, easy finish on the right side of the hoop.
Eli Considine has just come alive as Luke Frazier answers with another nice floating mid-range J. He had one of those early in the second half and makes another, but the Thunder with a lot of momentum now. Take a look at that nice finish from Considine.
Beautiful feed by Chiavello to fit that in between the defenders with his left hand, and I think we just saw an accidental timeout called by John Carroll. The coach was asking for the hands to be wide for the defense, but the ref saw that as a timeout, and they'll take it actually.
Yeah, the Thunder feeling a little bit more comfortable. They've settled in a little bit after a more frantic start to this second half. And Considine has started to heat up for the Thunder. Great to see that out of Eli. I mean, in our first game that Dalton and I called, the first home game of the season for the Thunder, we talked about Considine's play just being so key for the success of this Thunder team this year. And I think we've seen that tonight, that when Considine is on, he is just a force. He's down low, he's getting the rebounds, doing the difficult things, always there with a second effort, and has just been just absolutely crucial tonight for this Thunder basketball team.
Yeah, he only averages 6 points on the year so far, and he has 14 tonight, 6 of 10 shooting, a lot of layups, and just a player that he is, he's pretty positionless. He can be all over the field. He guards the 5 sometimes. He'll guard the shooting guard as well, so he can guard all around the floor and play every position too. So he's a talented individual, very athletic.
Breaking the press again. The Thunder now back to Schneiders. Schneiders from deep, three-pointer, no good. That one off to the right. Schneiders, we know, is a talented shooter, and O'Toole tries to keep that one alive. That one's going to go back to the Thunder. But Schneider's a talented shooter, so doesn't exactly make you too upset to see him taking some deeper three-pointers. He can hit them, certainly. Wheaton has just struggled from deep overall tonight.
Yeah, a lot of deeper threes, too, that John Carroll's forcing them into, and rushed contested threes as well.
Yeah, not a lot of rhythm able to be established consistently by this Thunder team, but despite that, still hanging in here. They're only down 3 now. Chiavello trying to work against his man. Now he's going to get it to Braun, who's on the outside. Braun looking. Under 10 on the shot clock. Now 5 on the shot clock. Chiavello working. Down low. He's going to have to take it, and almost. That shot just short. Hit the bottom of the rim. As Luke Frazier pulls up another mid-range floater for Frazier. He is perfect on those this game. Frazier's been very consistent on the offensive side of the ball during this second half as Schneiders escapes Frazier. There, gets over the half-court line. Andrew Williams now in the game working against Chacon. Braun was calling for the ball there. Now to Tyson, so 3-guard lineup now for the Thunder. Tyson finds Chiavello, who thought about shooting it. Now back out to Braun, who thinks about shooting it also, but does not. Now to Tyson, who will pull up from deep. That three-pointer off the back heel, and Andrew Williams goes in, tries to get the rebound, but John Carroll with better positioning there. Thunder down 5, have not yet had the lead here in this second half. They're going to need to do something here on the defensive side to start cutting in. Luke Frazier, yet another floating mid-range J, and makes it. That one looks like it had a chance of going out.
He is the reason John Carroll is ahead right now. It seems as though anytime Wheaton gets something going their way, he comes down the court and just pulls up from the mid-range and cashes it every single time.
Yeah, Luke Frazier keeping this Blue Streak team ahead, and the Blue Streak bench full of energy right now, on their feet, clapping. The Blue Streak fans loud and proud in the stands, and Tyson just not able to hit. He has just really not been able to find his rhythm tonight as Jantek saves what almost went out of bounds. Chacon thought about pulling up. He's got an open man in the corner. O'Toole down to Raynor. Now Jantek with it, and Jantek, after the ball almost went out many times, was able to be kept alive. Now the Thunder find themselves down 9. Mike Schauer already on the floor, talking to the referee a little bit.
Just signifying that he wanted a 30-second timeout, not a full one there. He needs to talk something over, try to find some answer on this offensive side for Wheaton. They're getting stifled by great defensive presence from John Carroll. Tyson missing a couple layups that have gone in and out, so unfortunate bounces going not his way. Hopefully Wheaton can draw something up for an easy look, some screen and roll, some screen and slip maybe, something for Wheaton to get an easy layup or a kick out for an open 3, but they need to get something going in these next 9 minutes of the game, down 9. Largest lead of the game for John Carroll at the time.
Yep. I think it's worth noting, too, when you're in this position like the Thunder are, where you've just had some shots where, like you said, just unlucky, in and out, very close kind of thing. At this point, what would really be beneficial is just a couple easy baskets. Like you said, seeing the ball go through the hoop, there's a mental element to that just can bring back some confidence. That's exactly what the Thunder need right now. They're going to get a chance here on the offensive side of the ball. They're going to inbound against the press from the Blue Streaks. Schneiders will take the ball up against Chacon. Schneider's working, avoiding the trap, gets it to Chiavello. 3 on 2 for the Thunder, and that one goes off the hands of Raynor.
Raynor saw that pretty easily as Chiavello telegraphed that pass to Andrew Williams, as Constantine's going to check in for Williams. The right idea to feed the ball off and get something going towards the hoop, but Wheaton's going to keep the ball with 19 seconds left on the shot clock.
Constantine to Chiavello. Chacon tried to pick it off, wasn't able to. Tyson rotating along the arc, and miscommunication. Schneider's cut one way, Tyson thought he was going the other, and that one goes right into the Thunder bench.
You saw Schneider's lift his hand a little bit with his, trying to signify maybe a cut or a pass, but just miscommunication, as you said, and Kirkshank throws it away.
Mike Schauer had his hands on his face after that one. Visible frustration from a lot of the Thunder faithful tonight, as Raynor almost able to put that one down, but he doesn't, and they're going to call
1-1 now for the Thunder, so they'll be shooting free throws on any non-shooting foul. They're in the bonus.
Yeah, they're going to call that one against Raynor, just too physical with Constantine as a vulnerable player in the air there. So Constantine's going to have, like you said, a chance for a 1-1, and this is a great time for the Thunder to be in the bonus. This is something that could keep them in the game and start to give them a little bit of an advantage, force the Blue Streaks to play a little bit more conservative than they would like to.
Yeah, this is exactly what the Thunder need. Chances of free points with no time off the clock. That's exactly, as you were saying, Josh, exactly what they need, as they'll be getting some free looks from the line.
Constantine misses the first, won't get a second. Coach Schauer frustrated on the bench. Just seems to be some some disconnect here between the Thunder players, as Frazier drives in, goes back to that mid-range J and does not get it this time. So now 4 or 5, and Jantek throws it off of the back of Askew, trying to keep it in the possession of the Blue Streaks, and it will stay with them. Good heads-up play by Will Jantek. Deep inbound from Chacon to Jantek, working against TJ Askew, who...
Yeah, that's got to be a charge. He had those elbows way too high as he spun around.
Yeah, look at that. He
hits him with the shoulder.
Shoulder right into the jaw of Askew, and Askew doing the dirty work, drawing the foul. Good play by TJ Askew. Shift a little bit more momentum in the Wheaton direction. Tyson going to work against this press. He's going against Frazier. Chacon also there, trying to trap. Scott communicating with his team. Scott, a good presence in to have right now. He's always so calm and collected. Chiavello now Sizing up Jontek. Handoff to Eddie Scott, who pulls from 3. Scott's shot well short off the front of the rim. Frazier driving. Fast break. Frazier no good. Fight for the rebound. It's taken by Chacon, who's going to reset the offense. 20 seconds here for the Blue Streaks to work with Chacon underneath the basket. Little bounce pass to Jontek. Works against Eli Considine. Jontek, hook shot, no good, in and out. Fight for the ball. And that one is going to stay with the Blue Streaks.
Blue Streaks are just working their way into the paint every single time on a shot and forcing a scramble for a rebound. They're kind of creating some chaos in the paint right now, and they're going to keep the ball with fresh 20 on the clock.
After that, now the Blue Streaks now subbing in their second unit, putting fresh legs in the game. You can hear the squeak of the shoes as they all get them ready, trying to dry out that spot on the floor. One of those interesting, fun moments you see in a basketball game. As Luke Eller moving, almost gets it to fall. Lots of in and out for both teams tonight around the cup. Tyson now sizing up to TJ Askew. Schneider's along the sideline getting ready to check in as well. Chiavello back to Eddie Scott. Sizing up Toppin. Now to Chiavello again, and we're going to get a foul called against the Blue Streaks.
That's not the person you want to send to the line right there.
So let's take a look here. And they called that, that was just...
Yeah, just hooks the arm right there.
Pretty mindless play there by Eric Hanna. He was just getting a little too grabby with Askew, and the refs are going to call that. So Askew's going to get a chance for a 1-and-1 here. Makes the first. That's good to see. The Thunder have not been able to capitalize on the bonus quite yet, but if Askew can keep getting to the line with those non-shooting fouls, that could get them right back in this one. Askew makes the second. Reliable from the charity stripe.
And the next foul, it will give them 2 shots, so no more 1-and-1s after this, which will be very good for the Thunder. They'll always get 2 looks at the free throw line.
Toppin keeping it alive to Hanna. Closeout from Chiavello. Hanna doesn't even hit anything. Rebound, Tyson up the court to Chiavello. Chiavello able to put it in, an easy lay. Exactly what you want to see from the Thunder. Forcing some errant offensive plays, using the mistakes, capitalizing. Chiavello able to put it in easy 2. Thunder now within 5.
It was great awareness by him to sneak out on the fast break, and great eyes up from Cruikshank, who had the ball. He's just a great point guard. You know, he sees the floor so well. Saw the wide open Chiavello, easy to put it in. Wheaton down 5 now with 7 minutes left to go in this game. And the fans are getting rowdy now on both sides. So there's definitely some energy in this building and some energy on the floor.
Game is far from over, and with a play like that, momentum starts to shift back in favor of the home team. And you also just talked about this, and we're hopefully going to see this become a factor in just a moment here. The Thunder are 1 foul away as far as in terms of John Carroll needs to foul the Thunder 1 more time for the Thunder to be able to shoot 2 for every non-shooting foul, and that could be really big for the Thunder right now.
Yeah, the Thunder have 3 fouls to give before John Carroll will be at the free throw line too for a 1-and-1, so that's really great for them. They can still be aggressive and not have to worry about so many fouls at the moment.
O'Toole now moving around the outside against Cruikshank. O'Toole picks up his dribble, gets it to Chacon, who's guarded by Schneiders. Chacon, shot is no good, but rebounded. Oh, good defense from the Thunder. Bodies came in trying to get up there for a block, but good patience from the Blue Streaks and able to pick up an easy 2 after letting the defenders fly by.
Yeah, these second chance points are starting to tally up for John Carroll.
Chiavello now with the ball to Considine, who's working against Frazier. Some cutting here for the Thunder, but kind of going in all different directions as Chiavello, off his own dribble, calls his number, drives in from the perimeter, and gets another easy layup to fall.
Yeah, that's a great take. He had a quick first step on his defender and was able to get to the rim and finish with a strong hand, and that will be Wheaton's ball as Yontek is going to dribble off of himself, and now the momentum, as you said, Josh, is definitely shifting Wheaton's way. Still down 5, 6 minutes left to go, but they're breaking this press easy, breaking the game wide open with some easy finishes at the rim.
Yeah, Thunder still down 5 here, but 6 minutes left to play. Micah Schneiders now. Sizing up Chacon to Chiavello. Thought about shooting it there, looked like. Chiavello using the drive again. Oh, that one just too strong. Rolls off the front of the rim. Luke Frazier. Corner to Luke O'Toole. Connor O'Toole, excuse me. Will Yontek driving against Askew, and they're going to call that a foul against the Blue Streaks.
Everyone is saying that. I mean, he's in the restricted area there.
And wow, the John Carroll fans are stunned. President Phil Ryken is elated, as well as the Rykens Rowdies.
I mean, I'm happy that call went our way, but he was in the restricted area, so unfortunate call for John Carroll. Nonetheless, it will go Wheaton's way.
Tyson Cruikshank driving against the press. After the Thunder catch a break, like you said, Dalton. There have been calls that have gone both ways tonight. It's just a matter of time before some questionable ones come up as Schneiders pulls from 3, no good. Oh, the Thunder diving for the ball, not able to get it. That one goes out off the Thunder. The Rykens Rowdies really confused. Wheaton Thunder soccer player Mason Escalante showing a little bit of emotion there. He's a fantastic goalkeeper for the Thunder soccer team. We'll get to see his skills on display once next season starts. Luke Chacon now sizing up the defense to Eller, to Jerry Higgins III on the handoff, who's creating some separation. Luke Frazier now with the ball, gonna try and use a screen. Chiavello, good defense. Frazier, that one's no good, in and out. That one is gonna go the Thunder's way. The refs have been busy tonight. They've had to make a lot of calls in the moment. I do not envy them. The Thunder going to inbound here.
If I was Wheaton, I would just give Tyson the ball and just get out of there as he just blows by Higgins.
Micah Schneiders, deep 3. Oh, that one off to the right. And we're going to get a foul here. Jerry Higgins III hits the floor, and that's going to be a foul against Wheaton. Take a look here at the replay. Chiavello got a little caught up, and Higgins III did a good job selling that one.
I like the shot by Schneiders. He was short on a few, so he gave it a little more and just missed long. He's frustrated, but I hope he just keeps shooting because once he gets going, he can get hot quick.
Yep. Schneiders is the kind of guy that's a microwave scorer. When he, like you said, Dalton, gets hot, he is hard to stop. Haven't been able, unfortunately, to see that this game as Eller's working against Considine. Eller off the bottom of the rim. Good defense by Eli Considine. Considine pushing the pace. Chiavello in the corner for 3. Oh, that shot just long off the outside of the rim. Almost got a rebound there off the long miss, and Tyson fouls Jerry Higgins III on the way up.
It's like every single time we think Wheaton, they can get the momentum and everyone can get into it. They just miss a 3 or a shot, and then John Carroll comes down and answers either with a bucket, and now Higgins is going to go to the line.
We're getting to a point in the game where the Thunder are really going to have to find some sort of answer here. They're still down 5, no scoring since we last discussed the time on the clock. So the last 3 minutes have been nothing for either team, but Jerry Higgins III is going to break that for the Blue Streaks, give them a 6-point lead. They'll have a chance to put that up to 7. But with 4 minutes and 10 seconds left here, yes, the Thunder are now fully in the bonus with 10 fouls on the Blue Streaks, but they're going to either have to hope to draw some fouls or to really heat up scoring-wise as Jerry Higgins III misses the second. So that lead is going to remain at 6 for the Blue Streaks. Schneiders working against Chacon to TJ Askew, who's back in. Down into the paint for Tyson Cruikshank, and that one off the back of Tyson, who's frustrated alongside his coach, Mike Schauer.
Good cut by Tyson, but Higgins was able to kind of cut off that lane and get his hand in the passing lane right there. Now it's John Carroll's ball.
Jerry Higgins III to Luke Eller. They're moving the ball along the outside. Frazier now has it. Back to Jerry Higgins III. Working against a screen from Eller to the corner for Chacon, who's sizing up Micah Schneiders. Thought about it now to O'Toole, to Frazier, who's had the hot hand in this second half. Frazier driving in, going back to that bread and butter shot. But the Thunder have done a much better job defending that than they had been. So it's going to be a shot clock violation against the Blue Streak. So the Thunder getting plenty of opportunities right now. They just have to capitalize.
Yeah, they're getting the stops they need. As you said, they just need to get something to go on the offensive side. Softer press here, just from Higgins himself on Tyson.
Two-possession game here for the Thunder. They're down 6. Tyson lost Higgins there for just a second. Now to Tyson again, who drives in against the contact. Tyson Cruikshank with the offhand, gets it to fall. Take a look at this. Tyson with the left, off the glass. Chacon answers. That one sits up on the rim before finally inching in. So the Blue Streak's able to answer. Connor Braun now at the scorer's table, ready to sub in alongside 3 Blue Streaks. Tyson goes up strong, and that's going to be a blocking foul against Connor O'Toole.
Yeah, that's a great call. Still moving, not really set his feet, and Tyson got to hit him on the side of his body.
I love the offensive decisions of the Thunder these past 2 possessions. Tyson has been the one who's taken those shots, but just getting it to a guy who you know can get to the rim and score against contact, especially now that you're in the bonus. You have to put yourself in positions to have the most opportunities to score, whether it's from the floor or from the charity stripe.
Yeah, basically the offense is get Tyson the ball and get out of the way. He's creating everything. When he drives, the defense collapses on him, and he got to pass it out or get himself to the line.
Tyson makes the first. Nothing but net. Connor Braun in now, alongside Raynor, Jantek, and Toppin.
This is quite the big lineup we have here. We have Chevello, Considine, Askew, Braun, and Cruikshank on the floor. Cruikshank being the smallest one, obviously, at the point guard position, but a good surrounding cast for him. Goes 2 for 2 there. Wheaton's going to call a timeout.
That's a great chance to regroup. Now only down 4. 2 minutes and 42 seconds left again. There are positions that you would like to be in a little bit more than this, but this certainly isn't the end of this one if the Thunder are able to pull together some good possessions on both sides of the floor. Especially being in the bonus and Tyson showing some of those scoring abilities over the past few possessions. I still have a lot of confidence here in this Thunder team, especially in front of this exciting home crowd.
Yeah, there's a lot of time left and just a couple stops. I mean, it's a 2-possession game, so if you get Tyson the ball, he can blow by his defender because he's just so quick off the dribble and either get to the line himself or he can dish it off, as I was saying earlier, to a cutting player like we saw Considine making a lot of backdoor cuts or an open 3. I know the 3s have not been falling for Wheaton, but I figure if you shoot enough, they got to start falling. I mean, they're 1 of 15, so you can't miss anymore. But that being said, hopefully they start cashing some home.
Yeah, Tyson Cruikshank taking the majority of those 3-point shots. He is 1 for 8 from the floor, and it's very rare to see a night like that from Tyson Cruikshank, but it happens to everyone.
Yeah, it's also hard coming off of a double, I mean, this being the second game of a doubleheader, especially against 2 teams that are just so pressure heavy and trying to push the pace and disrupt the offense. Everyone can get tired and lose their legs on most jump shots.
Will Jantek handling the ball against Connor Braun, trying to get something to happen. Jantek, nice move, slips underneath Braun, is able to get that 2 to fall. Jantek with an impressive move there. Chevello now handling the ball, working against the much smaller Chacon. Now to Braun. To the handoff to Tyson, who's sizing up Toppin. Tyson gives it to Braun, who's now rotating. Now to TJ Askew. This is a big lineup, like you said, Dalton. Askew gets that one to fall. What a finish by TJ Askew, shooter's touch.
I have no clue how he got that shot off or how he got it to go, but it hit the bottom of the net, and that's a great finish by Askew.
The Blue Streaks up 4. Less than 2 minutes left. Chacon, deep 3 off the left side of the rim. The Thunder content to let that one go out of bounds. So an empty offensive possession for John Carroll. The ball right back in Wheaton's hands. A chance for them to cut more into this John Carroll lead.
And we'll see some substitutions on the John Carroll side. They bring in some more size with Eller coming back into the game to guard Braun. And a little bit of a heavier press. We saw just one guy being up on it, but as they retreat on this press now, and Cruikshank will bring the ball up without any problems. He wants them to clear out.
Jerry Higgins III is back in the game for the Blue Streaks, guarding Tyson. He's done a good job against him as Tyson step back three, almost hits. Rebound Toppin, almost lost it there to the Thunder, but was able to come away with it in the end. Toppin now taking up as much of the clock as you can. The Blue Streaks are going to try and chew up as much as they can, and you can't fault Tyson for taking an open three like that, but just struggling from deep tonight. Cruikshank just not been himself.
Yeah, he had a step on Higgins, but decided he wanted to pull it back and create a little more space. And as you said, Josh, you can't fault the captain and the leader of the team to be taking that shot when he's just such a clutch player in his past, in the past years with this program. But just so hard to see a shooter like him have a hard night tonight.
So with 1 minute 13 seconds left on the clock here, Thunder down 4 in the bonus. You know, what do you think we're going to see here, Dalton, from the Thunder?
Yeah, they just need to force a turnover or force a difficult shot. I mean, there's 20 seconds left on the shot clock, so that'll work it down to about 53 seconds right there, and then they get a possession and either have to foul. They have one foul to give before John Carroll will be shooting free throws, so they need to be aware of that and understanding, you know, who to foul and if they get the rebound, if they need to call timeout or not. I believe Wheaton might only have 2 timeouts left. Unsure of their timeout situation, but that's something also Wheaton needs to be aware of to advance the ball and when they get a rebound if they need to call something.
This one coming down to the wire. An exciting game from the start to the finish here. Constein will guard Raynor, the inbounder. The Thunder playing some tight defense of their own. Chavello guarding Chacon. Thunder need to force a miss here, at the very least. At least don't let them take a three-pointer as Jantek misses. Thunder capitalize. Chavello up and in! And
they call it travel.
Oh, no! Chavello's basket wiped off.
We'll see right here. Grabs the ball. 1, 2. It's close. It could have just been a gather with the ball, but gets called for the travel, and it will not go Wheaton's way with 50 seconds left in this game, down 4. They need a stop and a big bucket on the offensive side.
Yeah, that is the last thing you hope to see, especially after a good possession on the defensive side, just getting that taken away. Chavello locked in, though. Chacon just trying to draw this time down. If they get the shot clock down to about 0, the Thunder are going to have just over 20 seconds to work with. Jerry Higgins III trying to create space. Blocked by Tyson!
Yep, shot clock violation. Great defense by Tyson. Forces Higgins into a bad shot. Now with 22 seconds left, Wheaton's going to need to either make a 3 and then start fouling.
So good defensive play by Tyson Cruikshank as he goes in. Oh, that layup just short. Fight for the rebound. It's still with the Thunder. Chavello keeping this game alive. Chavello down on the ground with Jerry Higgins III.
Jump ball, jump ball. If that's jump, that's Wheaton's ball. Jump ball and stay with Wheaton.
6.9 seconds left on the clock. Man, oh man, what a finish this is going to be. The Thunder are going to use a timeout here. My goodness. That last sequence, I think, put my heart rate up by about 50 beats per minute. Goodness.
Yeah, it will be a timeout for Wheaton. They'll keep the ball over here, but yeah, I'm losing my mind right now. I just want to see a good offensive possession. Higgins had his hands all over that little loose ball scramble forward on the offensive boards, and then right there for the jump ball. Down 4 with 7 seconds left to go. They're going to drop something for a quick 2 and hope for some misses or a quick 3.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they go with. I could see them honestly trying to get a look for Tyson from the three-point line, even though he has struggled tonight. He's just your go-to guy, especially from the three-point line.
Yeah, the usual inbounds play from below the hoop on the baseline is pass it in and then have Tyson come off of a screen. He'll be the inbounder, but we'll see what they draw from the sideline here. Coach Schauer always draws up some good plays in these last second scenarios, and they work through this during practice for sure for a quick bucket. And we'll see what they draw up here as they come out the timeout. John Carroll's exiting their timeout now. We'll see Chavello will be taking the ball out for Wheaton. They'll be set up in a box around the elbows and blocks of the paint.
So like you said, Dalton Chavello will inbound. Same lineups remain in for both teams. Movement here. Connor Braun. Step back three for Braun. Oh, it's well short. Nothing but air, and that's going to be the end of this one as the Blue Streaks escape with a 4-point victory over the home Thunder. Exciting game all around, but highlighted by the shooting struggles of this Wheaton Thunder team. Thank you for joining us for this game. We're going to hear from Coach Mike Schauer in just a moment here as he has a conversation with Dalton Van Esselston.
Coach Schauer, what are your thoughts on tonight's game?
Yeah, I love the fight of my team. We literally just couldn't make one. You know, we're a pretty good defensive team to hold the team to that ability to 60. We just could not make one, and I tried all sorts of different guys. I thought we kind of got a little panicked with it, so we're going to have to correct that to be any good.
So Wheaton drops their first game of the season to John Carroll 56-60. John Carroll takes the win of this Pfund championship game. Wheaton will go next week out to Lake Forest to face them, and then we'll be back home on November 26th to play University of Chicago. I'm Dalton Van Esselston. Have a great night.